Good morning, you guys. Good morning. And it is a fine morning. It's about 64 degrees, a few clouds in the sky. This is the weather that I love the most. The rain's cleared up. We went off. We did a few band gigs over the weekend. Let things dry out a little bit. It's Saturday today, actually, and it is time to get back to work. We got a lot of things to do. We still got these two trucks. Remember them? They're still here. Got to get them fired up. We got to get this auger. We got to move it over. I cleaned out the lean-to. It is all blown out, fresh, clean, ready to go, ready to be filled with oats. Got to get this swather out of the way because that's where the semis got to park to unload. It's all here. We're all here. Gang's not quite all here. We got Weedman Fred and little Armstrong coming over. Here shortly, once they get here, we'll get some stuff in place. But I wanted to bring you along for the conclusion of getting this little project wrapped up and done. I'm curious if these trucks, they both had sat for a long time. Batteries had been down when we got them running for this harvest day. And I'm curious to see if the batteries have held their juice or if batteries are like the bane of my existence as far as trucks go, because I've had all these trucks. They sit out here, batteries get weak, batteries die. Worst thing for a battery is to just sit. Here comes Rooster. Worst thing for a battery is to sit. The more they sit, the worse they are. The more you use them, the longer they seem to last. Pretty confident in the Pete. Come on, come on, come on. Otherwise I gotta drag the generator over and the double battery chargers. Come on, come on, come on. Old Skinny Kenny, no promises. Come on, baby. Oh, I hear a beat. Two for two. You know, the old truck stops back in the day when all the trucks were old mechanical diesels, you know, like these. Everyone would fire up their truck in the morning and then just be kind of like Los Angeles, kind of like any of these cities that are around the country. It would just kind of be this locked in haze around the city there. Locked in haze around the truck stop. We're getting it on the ranch this morning. It's been a pretty good old swather. This is like a early 2000s John Deere. I would kind of tend to argue these would be the best swathers John Deere ever made. It was kind of the pinnacle of their production, I think. We bought it from our neighbor. They had a guy running it, overheat it, and blew it up. And at that point, they needed a new one ASAP. They had just rebuilt the header that winter, so the header didn't even get a full haying season on it. And they blew it up. So we bought it as is, put a crate motor in it, 0-hour rebuild deal, and she's been good. Had it like 8 years since. So it's about time to go through the header again here soon and rebuild some things, but she's been a good old girl for us. Hey, there's the crew. All right, here's the A-team. Fred, what you got, buddy?
I don't know.
What time did we get in last night from the show? Was it 1 in the morning? Felt like it. 12:30, something like that. Give me something, Marnie. Come on. Hey, there's the model number, 4890. The old 4890. Yeah, just hold it high right there. Army, hold this wheel so don't roll away, bub. Gotta take this spout off of here so we get a little more clearance when we're inside the shed. You know, it's funny, everybody mentions always about how cab overs can get around so well. They're like, oh, they get around so good. That has been the case with most cab overs, but with a 362 Peterbilt, not the case. At least not this one. It's never been a truck where you're like, oh yeah, we get around through everything. I mean, we do eventually, but it's very similar to a long nose in terms of getting around. Yeah. All right, y'all, this is the poor man's hopper system right here. Irrigation tarp, 2 bales of hay. Last year, we just kind of let it roll and just did a bunch of sweeping and cleaning when we're done. But this year, we're going to try to contain a little better. Not bad, you guys, they were pretty ripe. There was a couple little sections of the field that were just a touch green, but we had a few comments last year, kind of some tips or concerns about piling it up like this in here, that oats can sweat and cause some rot. So we never had any of that last year, and we're putting a little less product in here this year. So I think we're gonna be okay. I think there's enough air getting on it that it never had any issues. Yeah, just like it is. Push it right in there now. Everything's going smooth, lickety split. That truck only has a front hopper. I think he put one big dump from his combine on that front side. I'm just coming over to put some air to the trailer. This one, as you remember, has the full load on it. What are you doing, Roost?
No, I've got this butcher beef and those 3 calves we weaned early because the little crippled cows. Just give them a little salt and mineral to go with the corn. Starting to look like a feedlot calf, isn't he?
Yeah, really looking good.
I think his brisket's starting to fill.
So you guys, Rooster bought that steer a year ago. Really bad shape. Super, I mean, I don't know what his issues were, but he had some sickness stuff going on. Just I don't know. He just wasn't.
He's goofy. You couldn't chase him. He was actually a bull.
Was he?
Had to cut it, but give him a shot.
So we've kept him here for a year at the ranch, getting him back to health and in shape, and he's had a really good life here. So, and then these calves, their mamas were cows out in the field that got lame this summer. Real old cows, not able to, you know, to keep up with their calves and basically provide what they need. So we pulled them off early, weaned them, and supplement them with a little grain. Otherwise they get right fresh off their mom. If they don't get supplemented, they just turn into these little walking skeletons with pot bellies. Yeah.
In fact, I think that black calf will even make the replacement grade.
Yeah. Hard part with this auger is getting it far enough back to fill up. You got to start back here quite a ways. But we can only come out so far because the truck can only get in so close to the building, see? Oh, because we don't have all the fancy right stuff for doing this once a year, but I think this is okay. You see the pile moving that way instead of moving that way? That's what we want. Not too bad. We had a little spillage, and only because I couldn't back the truck up the way we're sitting on the cement. So we had to just open the gate all the way and let a little spill. Well, the old skinny Kenny. It's kind of fun pulling a load around with the old girl. Definitely a sweet little bebopping rig. Would make it great. Well, I mean, you could put a little work into it, clean it up, make it an over-the-road here again for sure, but would make an amazing little rig for someone that had a place, needed to haul a little hay around, had to haul a few cows to town, haul some grain. Just good as gold, man. And Big Papa. Big Papa will never be sold. Big Papa will stay here for all of my days. Forever and ever. And ever, evermore. It's the old 67 Galaxy. Freddie wants to get that thing going again. Shouldn't take much. There's Big Rob, returned from the road. Man, I gotta do some rearranging. I'm just getting too much stuff. You ever get that point in life where you're just like, man, I'm getting too much stuff. Remember this? This was from when we overhauled the Detroit a couple years ago and the transmission went out, remember, on the old Burb? Well, turned out it's out, and we didn't even end up unloading it. It's been sitting on this trailer, just sitting there. So I need to haul it to the dump or the scrapper. I don't remember if I mentioned this, that old swather over there needs to go. I'm gonna get rid of them pup trailers. Oh, what else? There's plenty of stuff. But anyway, this is Old Truck Corner right here. You wanna see it? This is another one of these projects. It's got a Big Cam 400 in it. I think I did a video on it maybe way back. I don't even remember. It might have been, it was pre-YouTube. I didn't. Cool, it's a Freightliner. Guy put a custom back window in the back. Kind of fun, huh? And we'll keep old Skinny Ken right there. And we'll take a hard left. Keep Big Papa parked here for now, until I get things under control. Still need to get those wheel lines put together so I can have my hay trailers back. I got Blue 3 fired up over here because it's never good to let a truck sit for more than a couple of weeks without running it. So figured I'd run her. Need to do another sometime, come over and juice up the bats and old little sister. I'll tell you what, any of you guys out there need a walking floor trailer, it's the 45 footer. It does not come with a truck. 45 footer EB. It's like what is it, 2000, 2001? Something like that. Anyway, I got a new tarp for it I got to put on. But I bought that thing for a deal and it just never came together. So I've just used it for hauling sawdust and a few things. But anybody out there needs one, hit me up. Get you a ripping deal. Man, doesn't Blue 3 sound smooth? It's that N14 Cummins. See what else I need to fire up while I'm up here. I seriously try to do this. When I think of it and I'm around, I'm like, oh yeah, let's go around and fire up everything that's been sitting around. And in this case, Blue 2. Blue the deuce. I still need to go film a follow-up video next time I'm in the area. It's quite a ways from here. Of how those boxes ended up. Or where they ended up. Here we go. Oof. Let's see, old girl. What you got? Got any juice? No. Stone dead. Stone dead. Huh. Looks like the key is left on. All right, well, we'll go pull the batteries out of this one. Not to charge and get it running. Because those big cam Cummins, you can leave them forever and they'll come back to life. But we put some new batteries in it last year. And no sense letting them go to waste sitting in there. This one, I know, quick little impromptu truck tour. Not gonna talk about them, just kind of show them. But this one's one of my first ever trucks ever. Bought it for $500. It needs about every tire aired up, looks like. Oofta. Looky there. But it's a good old hay truck. It's actually really clean inside. Let me just show you this real quick. I know a lot of you have asked to do an official tour of everything and actually talk stories and stuff, and we will. But look at that one. She's clean. Clean as a whistle. Guys, that's gonna do it. That was a quick little hitter. It is all done. Now when the kids come and climb in this pile, see, last year they'd come, they climb, can't help it, right? You're a kid, you're on a ranch, you love getting into stuff. So they would scurry up this thing and it would push all the grain down and push it out. So put the hay bales out, all is well. Not nearly as much grain as we had last year. However, as I mentioned in the last video, 70 acres versus 32, is that what I said, 32 acres? We actually got more yield this year, considering that we planted half as much. And also I forgot that last year we had a bunch of corn left over that we piled this on top of. There was a pretty sizable, probably about 300, 400 bushels of corn that was sitting down there, maybe more, in the back of this lean-to last year that we just piled on top of. So maybe it's not quite, maybe it's not that big of a difference. It seemed like last year we had 1 1/2 semi-loads, and this year we got 1 1/4. But last year it came clear out here, so perhaps there was 500 bushels of corn left in the back. I'd have to go back and look on the old video because I know it's there. However, I'm not going to go check it out. We got enough, definitely got enough oats to get us through till I would say March, pretty easy, which is fine. I mean, these oats, what they allow us to do is just feed a little less hay and stretch our hay supplies further. So still got a few canola screenings left back there that we'll sprinkle in throughout the course of the year, and a little bit of corn left as well still. So there it is, you guys. Thanks for coming along. Hope you enjoyed. See you later.